My name is Brandon Mann. I'm a third year economics major at UCSB. Basically, my intern year probably had one of the worst starts in the company. Couldn't really get many leads, couldn't really do much, but ended up turning it around. Had a really good year after that. I worked with my best friend. I was referred for the company by him. Ended up being the top intern that year, ran over an $82,000 business, made over 15 grand. Basically, what I came away with my intern year was like I was an 18-year-old kid. It was very, very hard to initially start. I was really nervous, but after a while I realized like that as an 18-year-old kid that I could run an $2,000 business, put $16,000 back into the community at a community paint store, support 4 people over the entire summer. My painters stayed with me the entire summer. And really just like, build something on my own for the first time in my life that I was really, really proud of. So I chose CollegeWorks painting over a different internship because it was probably, one of the most challenging things I could do as a freshman in college, but something that I felt like was the most rewarding. I always felt like, whatever I'm doing is kind of, what vehicle you're in and how good is that vehicle to get you where you want to go. And I felt like, I was doing something that 90% of people can't even say they've done when they're, the age of 40, and I could do it as an 18-year-old kid. The biggest challenge I overcame, I think, being young, and like realizing that maybe people don't want to listen to me. Maybe like homeowners didn't want to talk to an 18-year-old kid, or painters who were 30 years old might not want to work under me. But realizing that it doesn't matter how old you are, just how confident you are in being able to run your own business. I don't know exactly where I want to go at this point. I'm still a junior in college. I know I want to get into either financial management or investment banking. But I feel like just the confidence of having gone through all the experiences I went through, having to overcome the challenges I overcame, and becoming the person that I am now because of CollegeWorks, really helps you gain confidence. And I think confidence can be used in any kind of field, so it doesn't matter what position that you think you want to go into now. You could be a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior in college, but you can use the skills you learned in CollegeWorks to help you propel you into the future wherever you want to go. I had a painter, his name was Joe, and Joe had a family, and he had 2 daughters, and the first thing Joe would talk to me about when we talked about build rapport, talk on the job site, was that he sent his family to Disneyland one year, and that was actually his favorite moment with his family. As he saved up for a while to come here. So actually I promised Joe that throughout the entire year, if he worked with me really hard, he did a good job, that I would send his family to Disneyland. So I made 15 grand that year. It cost me about $500, but I sent his whole family to Disneyland for about 3 days, and that was probably my most favorite experience in my freshman year. It's definitely not an ordinary experience. It's different from every other internship I've ever done or heard of, or any job that any college student that I know can't be doing. It's not for everybody, but I feel like if you can go through it and be successful at it, it's something that can really change your life.